So today is one day when I'm incredibly frustrated at myself, incredibly pissed at myself, and that is because I've set some expectations from myself, and when I don't fulfill those expectations, I get really frustrated and I get really angry at myself. So this is one such day when I again didn't wake up early, again didn't do the things at time, but I've not been able to get up early for again some days. This really pisses me off. You can only keep up with yourself for so long, and then it gets frustrating. But never mind, I'm going to still get going and try to improve the things and try to improve from tomorrow onwards. I'm going to keep giving myself chances because I've got only one me. Even if I don't perform, got no choice but to give another chance. I will never give up on myself. That's the deal. But that doesn't mean that I just keep slacking off, I keep not doing things. That doesn't give me any room for not putting up with myself. So it's bad, but anyway, I'm going to keep going with it. Keep trying to improve myself, keep trying to stick to my routine. I think I'm here to do great things, and for me to be able to do great things, I will need to have a great routine. I will need to have a very strict work ethic. Only then I'll be able to do it. Otherwise, I'll not be able to do it, and that will be self-betrayal for myself, and it will betray the world for something that I could have potentially done for the world, which I don't want. So let's go. See you later. Hey, so today we are going to read this blog by David Perel called Practice Analytically, Perform Intuitively. There's a famous saying in golf, drive for show, put for dough. You'll hear it at every course and every tournament. It's the closest thing we have to gospel in the world of golf. It means that even though hitting long drives is sexy, the lowest scores are shot by the best putters. The saying makes intuitive sense. Golf is a game of getting the ball in the hole, so the best golfers are the ones who are the best at doing that. There's only one problem with the phrase, it's wrong. How computers change golf. You can predict rapid progress in places where computers can see what's happening. For all of the 20th century, there was virtually no data on the factors that led to golfing success. People had opinions, but nobody did data-driven analysis. That changed in 2004 when the PGA Tour started tracking every shot, all 1.5 million of them per season. Today, the system stores more than 174 attributes from over 20 million shots. Armed with the data, statisticians, including Columbia professor Mark Brody, dispelled myths about good golf. First, Brody found that traditional statistics like greens and regulation inputs per round were misleading. Then he discovered that players focus too much on shots for under 100 yards. Ball striking, especially off the tee and on shots from 150 to 225 yards, are the most important factors in the quest to shoot low scores. Thanks to this work, we can measure a player's performance against the rest of the field and get a granular analysis of every aspect of a player's game. After studying Mark Brody's ideas, Bryson DeChambeau knew that the conventional wisdom, drive for show, put for dough, was wrong. Known as the mad scientist of golf, he has spent the last 10 years questioning conventional assumptions about how golf is played. He started with a controversial 1969 book called The Golfing Machine, which described 144 ways to swing a golf club and inspired him to adopt a single plane swing. Even though Brody found that mid-irons have the biggest difference in scoring outcomes, Bryson focused on other aspects of his game because he's always been an exceptional iron player. Bryson determined that if he wanted to be the number one in the world, he needed to drive the ball further, challenging the popular belief that accuracy was more important than distance. To hit the ball further, Bryson changed the diet and his golf swing. Every morning he eat 6 eggs, 6 pieces of bacon, and 3 pieces of French toast. Then washes all that down with 2 protein shakes. With a new routine in place, he committed to daily workouts and swinging as hard as possible. On top of improve his technique, he studied the world's long drive champions. This is interesting because these guys are considered specialized golfers who are trained to drive the ball far but not score well. Adopting their form was akin to a marathon runner studying sprinters, but Bryson did it anyway. Now he's 40 pounds heavier and the longest driver on tour. In 2019, he ranked 24th and 34th in strokes gained off the tee and driving distance, respectively. 1 year later, he is first in both categories. This is unheard of. In 2020, Bryson averaged 323.8 yards off the tee, which is the highest in PGA Tour history. And tee shots on par 4 and par 5 holes. Bryson averaged 18.6 yards longer than the average PGA Tour player, with while remaining at the tour average in fairways hit per round. By Brody's strokes gained measurement, he climbed from 50th, 55th on tour during the 2015-2016 season to second by the 2019-2020 season. Seeing the errors in how people intuitively think about the golf swing made Bryson question how other parts of the game were played. Having majored in physics in college, he operates like a scientist. He subscribes to Charles Dickens' famous line from Great Expectations: take nothing as it looks, take everything as on evidence. There's no better rule. Where other golfers guess why they're struggling at the driving range, Bryson brings two military grade launch monitors so he can quantify his swing path to the tenth of a degree, where other golfers use standard grips. Bryson used the world's largest commercially available grips so he can reduce wrist cock in his swing and hold the club with his palms instead of his fingertips. Where other golfers have a half-inch length difference between every iron, all of Bryson's are cut to 37.5 inches, the length of a standard 8 iron, where other golfers change their putting technique based on how they feel that day. Bryson's implemented a system called vector putting. He uses math to compute the break and determine how the ball will roll along the grass. Where other golfers hit 7 to 10 degree drivers, Bryson copied the world long distance champion and put a 5.5-degree driver in the back. Where other golfers use a 45-inch driver, Bryson experimented with a 48-inch one. Bryson showed that a determined contrarian armed with the right data and a definite plan can append conventional wisdom and prove that there's a better way to do something. Okay, so this was a nice blog where Bryson went into studying the craft that he was playing, the game that he was playing, that is of golf, and questioned everything from the very first principles. And since he was into physics himself, he could actually question it and see what's a better way to do that. And he went against conventional wisdom and did it his way and went on to become very successful at it. Okay, so that was my day for today. It was not great, but we're going to keep working at it until we make it right. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.